Taurus, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy here at the Renaissance Tarot, where I serve and I slay real good. So daddy and mommy Taurus, today I'm going to be doing your reading from December 1st to the 7th, and this is a general reading, so it may resonate with you, it may not. If it does resonate with you, then feel free to talk to me about it in the comments. In this reading, dear Taurus, I'm going to be taking a look at your recent past, present, and future. I'm going to clarify the main challenge and get some final advice for you. I would like to extend my gratitude to each and every one of you, dear Tauruses. Thank you so much for being here, for bringing in your beautiful essence, luxury, and presence into my channel and into my community. So let's get into your reading and see what's going on for you. Okay, so your challenge, dear Taurus, is the Queen of Wands. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck is the Page of Wands, followed by the Nine of Cups and the Page of Cups. So your challenge here, dear Taurus, has a lot to do with the Queen of Wands energy. And the Queen of Wands here always, a lot of times, talks about vision. It talks about stepping into your power. Black cat can have a significant meaning for many of you. Maybe you have a black cat, or you're going to see a black cat, or you just saw a black cat. I do feel like here with the Queen of Wands, you could be dealing with somebody possibly that's a fire sign. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, doesn't have to be. Could be an Aquarius, Scorpio, another Taurus. For a lot of you, this has a lot to do with what do you want in this relationship? Which direction you're moving towards? Because in the present moment, I'm seeing here a turning point. Somebody's coming around. Somebody is re-entering back into your life, but you seem to have some trust issues with this person with the Seven of Swords. Now, we're going to get back to this and clarify your challenge here and see what is this about that you need to know. In the recent past, we have the High Priestess, the Justice, and the Five of Wands. So in the recent past, I do see here for many of you, really feeling this very strong bond with this person, strong connection here. A lot of you were also dealing with many issues with this individual. Conflict, some sort of a situation happened that created this kind of havoc, this difficulty and this obstacle between you and this person. We're going to get back to this and clarify this shortly. There also might have been other people involved in this situation as well. Now, in the present moment, you have the Knight of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Seven of Swords. I feel like here someone is attempting, or at least wanting to re-enter back into your life. And this person seems to be part of your destiny. But I do see here you questioning with the Seven of Swords, because you turning around, looking into the it's kind of like your energy questioning, is this person coming in with true intentions? What is the agenda? What is the reason and the intention behind their visit or re-entering into my life? We're gonna find out when we clarify in a minute. In the near future, you have the Chariot, the Eight of Cups, and the Five of Swords. So in the near future, I do see here moving on from conflict, moving on from this constant avoidance behavior here. I'm also getting here with the Chariot is like there is this determination, there is this strong resilience and this willpower, the Taurusian willpower to move on from whatever happened between you and this person. Some of you may choose to move on just by yourself and say, you know what, I'm just good on my own. However, there is going to be a brand new beginning with the Page of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. Okay, so there is definitely this kind of rejuvenated renewal. Okay, maybe possibly a confession, an apology that could be coming in towards your way, and you're ultimately going to have this decision to make whether you want to be with this person or not. But there is absolutely a very important turning point happening for you with the Wheel of Fortune. For a lot of you, this could also mean you're maybe getting a new job, you're kind of making some really significant changes in your life. So let's get into your reading and let's clarify your main challenge and see what is it that you need to know, dear Taurus. Let's clarify your challenge, which is the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands as your challenge is clarified by the Devil, the Magician, and the Two of Wands, and you have the Judgment at the bottom of the deck. Some of you are dealing with the Scorpio, Capricorn, possibly a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Aries. I feel like that for many of you, your challenge here has a lot to do with you're just kind of questioning. First of all, there is a very strong sexual connection and a bond with this person, right? Your biggest question here you're asking, is this person long-term part of my destiny or not, right? Because the Two of Wands here is always an indicator holding the globe in their hand. This person is looking into the future. The vision is outwards. Even though this person is inside on top of a castle and it looks like this person owns something, right? So you might be somebody that you either own a business or you're someone, I mean, of course, a Taurus, you know, you know what I'm saying? You get all your stuff together. So definitely like you're thinking, is this person part of my destiny or not? You know, should I wait? Should I not? You do want to do a lot of travels. You already have a lot of travel plans for 2026 for sure. It's just that you kind of really asking, there might be some things that may come across as being very unhealthy and toxic with the Devil here. You know, it's like, I don't know, it might be some sort of behaviors, patterns, communication errors, communication style difficulties between you and this person. And that's what you are trying to understand. I was going to say manifest. The Magician here, it has nothing to do with manifestation, this one. You're kind of also a little bit questioning whether you are being manipulated in this situation or not. Or were you manipulated or not? That's a big question that you're asking yourself, okay? So that's your challenge here. And whoever you are dealing with, Taurus, this person has a strong personality, very strong personality, okay? They are a visionary. That could be a business person as well with the Queen of Wands. So somebody that really like they get what they want, kind of an energy. Now, the High Priestess in the past is clarified by the Eight of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. A lot of you felt the spiritual connection with this person. You were like, you know, I feel like there is something very specific with the High Priestess, with this individual. However, dear Taurus, I do see here you kind of being held back from marrying this person. Or there was a situation here that did not really make this marriage come true, or living together, or moving in fully together, or maybe signing a document or paperwork here, because you have the Fool here at the bottom of the deck, which is talking about a brand new beginning, but that didn't happen. And I like to explain the cards, right? So you see the King of Pentacles, that is you. The Eight of Swords right next to you, that talks about your mental state in the past. And that Eight of Swords here is very clear that this talks about kind of like blockages on your way. And you're a Taurus. You're very calculated, articulated. You like to have an action plan in front of you so you know what you're going to be doing. What are you getting yourself into? By the way, I have to say this. I saw one of my Taurus best friends in my dream last night. Just came to my mind. Very interesting. Good guy, very good guy. Now, in the recent past, definitely there was these blockages that you just couldn't really see if you were really supposed to marry this person or not, or some sort of a obstacle happened and it was a hindrance, okay? Now, with the Justice here, there might have been some legal matters involved in this situation, like legality, paperwork, divorce, something like that. But also I'm seeing here you wanted to end this conflict. There was a constant conflict, and trust me, Taurus, the last thing that a Taurus wants in the world is a conflict. Your drama-free zone, you know what I'm saying? And you have a lot of patience until you get provoked, until people try to be provocative, and then they really make the bull mad. Then they need to run to the hills for their life. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to see the smoke coming out of them nose, them ears, and them eyes. You know, so you wanted to end some sort of a conflict in the past, right? You were ready to execute it. So the Justice in the past is clarified by the Ace of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Five of Swords. Conflict, like I said, there was a lot of conflict going on. Five of Swords here, dear Taurus, talks about this argument, conflict, misunderstanding, somebody walking away, competition here happening. And you were like, you know, if this person is truly part of my destiny, and many of you saw a lot of signs and synchronicities, you ultimately wanted to have a brand new beginning with this individual. You wanted to give it another chance. You wanted to move forward with this person with the Justice, right? To make something right. But I am picking up on an energy here. There were other people involved as well with the Five of Wands, other individuals, people that were kind of like trying to intervene into this relationship. And there was also a healing process that was delayed, okay? So let's clarify the Five of Wands in the recent past. The Five of Wands in the recent past, dear Taurus, is clarified by the Three of Pentacles, Three of Wands, and the Chariot. For many of you, and then the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So this situation here came to an end, possibly very unexpectedly. A lot of you wanted to work things out with this person, but there was a distance that was created. Some of you were dealing with a person who was maybe living either overseas or on the other side of the world or town or city. I'm picking up on, for some of you, there was possibly a geographical distance that was created between you and them. Also, could have been third-party situations. I don't like to talk about those things, but possibly with the Three of Pentacles, you know, somebody here maybe was not fully present and focused onto the relationship. For a lot of you, you had no other choice but to kind of move forward and do your own thing. Now, in the present moment, you have the Knight of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Seven of Swords. So in the present moment, somebody's trying to re-enter back into your life with the Knight of Wands, okay? So, and this person is like, there has been moments when you guys have been on and off together, on and off from each other's life. And I'm gonna say something, it's not gonna resonate with everyone. It's like anytime, possibly sometime, like when things get really good in this person's life, they may just kind of like disappear. When shit hits the fan, they can't come around. Sorry, I gotta say that. No sugarcoating here. Knight of Wands is clarified by the Page of Swords, Ace of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. Okay, so for a lot of you, this person, the intention, the reason why they're coming around is that because they want to talk to you. And they want to make an offer and they want to have a brand new beginning. This is the same Queen of Wands as the main challenge here that you're dealing with. So I do see here this person's intentions here, like they want to have a brand new beginning. They want to express how they truly feel. They want to tell you, maybe also this is somebody that's been healing and doing the work. But I'm getting here, this person is an overthinker too. They think a lot, okay, or overthink a lot with the Knight of Swords. There is a lot of thinking going on in their mind as well. So let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune for you in the present moment. The Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Three of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Eight of Cups, and the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I see here this person attempting or wanting to make an attempt to actually reconcile and to reunite with you. And I'm also realizing that they're noticing that you're disconnecting emotionally with the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups here is talks about kind of emotional detachment, walking away, you know, so, and they feel that from you. They feel that you're detaching Taurus. You're like, you know what, I'm not really sure. And they want to reconcile. And there is a lot of emotions and there is a lot of feelings involved in this situation. The Seven of Swords here talks about you questioning when they come around, or maybe they already tried to reach out to you. It already happened or is about to happen. And you're questioning. So the Seven of Swords is clarified by the Emperor, Aries energy, Five of Cups, and the Empress. Wow. The Empress is Taurus, the Emperor is Aries. Doesn't have to be those signs, but for some of you are dealing with those signs. So, and the Five of Cups, right? So for many of you, you wanted to create this stable relationship with this person, okay? You wanted to maybe either have children with this individual. The Empress talks about earthly nature, which is you, Taurus. The one that provides stability, the one that brings comfort, luxury, essence, presence, and lifestyle. That's Taurus. Okay, if they ever call you Taurus, you're superficial, tell them I am superficial, I'm super fancy. How about that? Okay. So for a lot of you, there is definitely this questioning. Is this like, what does this person want, you know? And both of you energetically are kind of like projecting that. Both of you are in this place of, I'm very sad and disappointed for what happened between us. Now, there is two cups that are standing behind the Five of Cups. That is talking about the possibility that exists for you and this person to be back together. However, I do see here, this is somebody, like I said, a very strong personality. Male or female, doesn't matter. But with the Emperor, it's like, it's a very rigid energy. It's kind of a very stubborn energy here as well, okay? So somebody also here, if it's a male, okay, might have like a facial hair features, beard, mustache, you know what I'm saying? If it's a female, I don't know, maybe they have certain facial hair features as well, I don't know. like whiskers and stuff. I don't know. Now, in the near future, the Chariot, the Eight of Cups, and the Five of Swords. In the near future, dear Taurus, there is this decision here to leave everything behind, okay? The reason why I'm saying this is because this is the opening of the near future, the opening energy. And, you know, this constant on and off, walking away from each other, fighting, making up, going back and forth and on and off, that's something that has to end between you and this person. Some of you may say, you know what, I'm good, I'm fine. As long as I get this closure or realize something, like realize just what is this, why is this person in my life, I'm good to leave. So the Chariot here in the near future is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles, and the Strength at the bottom of the deck could be dealing with the Leo. Now, in the near future, I do see here you kind of rethinking your decision of walking away from this person. Rethinking because there is history between you and this person with the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles talks about investment. It talks about really putting the efforts into this, right? And then, of course, there has been a pause, there has been a separation, and I feel like that for many of you with the Queen of Pentacles, you're someone that you really, really are very dedicated and devoted to this person. But I'm strongly getting here that for many of you, you're just you're gonna rethink your decision. If you have thought about walking away from this person completely and, you know, be like, you know, I don't want to do anything with them, that's something that you may do, but you still kind of go back and forth in your mind just to kind of rethink if that's the right decision. The Eight of Cups here is clarified by the Strength again, the High Priestess, and the Death. Okay, so decision, what did I just say? The words came out of my mouth, and this is a confirmation. So with the Two of Swords here, this talks about you kind of like trying to gain clarity and understand, do I really need to move on from this person completely or not? Should I really end this or not? So you have three major arcana cards here showing up in the near future. You do understand that there is a very strong spiritual connection between you and this person. And whatever has happened between you and this person, dear Taurus, it actually played a huge role and became a catalyst for your spiritual awakening, for your spiritual growth. You are somebody that you have been shedding off the old skin with the Death card here, endings, constantly shedding off old habits, old behaviors, a major spiritual awakening and a metamorphosis that has happened. It's like you're going to be awakened. You're going to be resurrected from whatever happened in the past in your life. There is this new version of you emerging. And when that happens, that's also something that is very much related to this situation. I feel like your main goal here is going to be just to put an end to this constant conflict and or this silent treatment or this silent conflict. So let's clarify the Five of Swords here for you in the near future. The Five of Swords is clarified by the Ten of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Two of Cups. What did I say? And the Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So in the near future, what you really want to do is, like I said, it's the same Seven of Swords here, right? The question that you have, I think things are going to start becoming clear because you have been questioning this. I do feel like here both of you are reuniting and coming back together with the Two of Cups and the Ten of Cups. This talks about union, family, soulmate connection, twin flame connection. Take it as it applies to your situation. This has a lot to do with you also recognizing that, you know, if there were things that maybe seems to be deceptive or dishonest, maybe there is a clarification. Maybe I can clarify one more time and I can actually ask the questions, the right way to really understand why was there constant conflict between me and this person? Who were these people that were involved in this situation? And was my person truly involved with other people or not? And that has a lot to do with like having that conversation. What you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, as I said earlier, Page of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Nine of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so face-to-face conversation here is something that's going to be said right. Queen of Swords, clear cut, clear crystal, straight to the point. Let's get to the advice and see what is it that you need to know. What is the advice for my Tauruses? What do you need to know? Okay, so you have the Devil at the bottom of the deck, which is Capricornian energy. Now, in your advice here, you have the four of swords, the king of wands, and the 5 of cups. Okay, so for a lot of you, I do see here you questioning, why did this situation end? But at the same time, you have been going through a lot of healing with the 4 of swords. So the advice here for you is to really recognize and see the core meaning, the core reason. Why did this person come into your life, and what have they actually taught you about yourself? Because I feel like this has a lot to do more about you, Taurus, than just the other people or other person. I feel like this is really teaching you something very profound of you realizing that you shouldn't overextend yourself and you shouldn't go all in right away, but you need to set some healthy boundaries and then open up slowly. Okay, not that you always go all the way fast, but I feel like this is really just an opportunity for you to not get caught up into the spiritual things all the way through. You know what I mean? Because people sometimes, they may see certain signs and synchronicities and things like that, and they may just kind of take that as an immediate sign. But we need to have the confirmation, because everyone has free will, and this comes down to how is this person behaving in the relationship? How are they behaving? Are they really being loyal, right? Are they portraying the characteristics that I want them to, that I really am looking for in a partner? Because you're doing a lot of internal healing within yourself, and that's not for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Not for nothing here. It's like you just don't want to give yourself back to somebody just on a silver platter, because there has to be a lot of questions that you need answers to, and then you're going to decide if that's something that you want to fully invest yourself back again or not. So this is what I had for you, dear Taurus. And I would like to extend my gratitude to each and every one of you for being here, making a beautiful part of this community. 191,000 beautiful people put this onto the channel in 10 months. And I'm really, really honored and thankful to have you here. Thank you so much. I hope that I've been able to bring some smile to your faces, some clarity and confirmation. Definitely happy to hear a lot of success stories. I'm not saying this, the data is saying that. So thank you for being here. I love you so much, and I will see you on the next one. Take care, dear Taurus.